Okay, good evening, all of you. Once again, thank you for joining our Monday Marvel Zoom. So glad to see you again. As always, I'm always very thankful to all of our friends and our guests who make it a point to join our Zoom, although it's 8:30. I'm pretty sure most of you are working adults, and I really appreciate you for making the time to join our Zoom, especially for our first timer. If you are our friends for the first time, and I would like to warmly welcome you. Usually on our Monday Marvel Zoom, we do a non-comprehensive Zoom, yeah, as opposed to our weekly Zoom that we have in our Wood Square office. So that in such a short time, usually we take about 45 to an hour, right? So that, we just give you a glimpse and understanding of the company's background and the product, and you like to know more, and you can possibly drop by our office at Woodlands. Okay, let me just share screen first. Okay. Again, I want to apologize. Some of you may have expected Evelyn to share, but due to some reason, he is not able to join us, and hence I stand by for her so I hope you don't mind Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, if you can see the screen, it will be good. You can just type a 1 for me so that I know that you're able to see the screen. Okay.
James, you want to put on presentation mode?
Yeah, I'm trying to, usually, happen in my computer, the bar, I still try to get rid of the bar, but sometimes it doesn't go down. Just give me a while. Yeah, really, I don't know why the bar always,
Okay, as long as you're aware.
and I cannot see the slide. That's the thing. Just a minute, let me try again. Strange, I don't know why the bar doesn't seem to, you see my mouth movement, the mouse is moving, right, Jonas? I'm trying to get rid of the bar, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to go. Oh, let me try again. So it looks very weird that my mouse is moving here and there. Let me try and see how. Okay, maybe just bear with me. I'm trying to get that, but I'm unable to do that, Jonas. So, but it's okay. If it goes down, then I put into slide mode. But so far, y'all can see, right?
Yeah, can.
Yeah, if y'all can see that, I'll probably just go ahead with it because I'm recording this session. Again, I just want to thank the guests for attending our Monday Marvel Zoom, and thank you, Jonas, for the heads up. Okay, so as always, I would like to do a disclaimer before I go on my presentation tonight. Is that LifeWave products are lifestyle products and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with a physician or your family doctor or other qualified healthcare provider before embarking on a new treatment, product use, diet, or fitness program. All content is created and published online for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice and definitely should not be relied upon as health or personal advice. Success stories are anecdotal and based on personal accounts, viewpoint, and opinion rather than research facts. One person's results do not reflect what other people may explain. Okay, the thing still doesn't go down, Jonas, so I think we'll just live with it. Or should I stop the share screen first and try again? Still the same. Well, I guess I got to do with this. Okay, this slide is rather interesting. If you all see, the headline is "Your future is now." Whenever we talk about future, it's always about in the future, like maybe 5 years down the road, or 10 years, or even 15 or 20 years down the road. But interestingly, with LifeWave is this, because of our breakthrough technology, it is indeed that's why when we share about our technology, it is so new and so unconventional that many seem to be very skeptical over what a little patch could do. But in the words of Richard Quick, who was then the Stanford University coach for the Olympic swimmers, especially the women, in one of his speeches, he actually made this statement: LifeWave's technology is 10 to 20 years more advanced than any other conventional product that he's ever used. Simply because I also think most of us, even when we talk about patches, we have never seen any patches that or product that you don't have to eat, you don't have to drink. You just put a little sticker onto your body and it just works so easy, right? So I'm sure normally I want to do one at a time, but look at this gentleman here. Okay, on the left, I think you all are very familiar with him, none other than the famous physicist Albert Einstein. The interesting thing about what he said is this: although he lived in the 1930s, during his years, he actually made this astounding statement. He said, "Future medicine will be the medicine of frequency." The other gentleman, a doctor whom you all may be more familiar with, although quite a controversial figure, yeah, who has his own reality show, he actually said the next big frontier in medicine is energy medicine, Dr. Oz. So these two terms, be it medicine of frequency or energy medicine, they're actually used interchangeably. Simply means they're the same, whether it's energy or frequency. I'm just going to start off with LifeWave as a company. We always pride ourselves to say that LifeWave is not an ordinary supplement company simply because it is positioned as an advanced technology company. Yeah? And I also love LifeWave for the fact that, it's actually tapping into the body's natural energy and rebalance the flow for the body system to function properly and start the healing process from within without the use of medications, injections, and surgeries. This statement really resonates with me. Because I'm someone who, because of what happened to my younger girl in the early days, probably in 2009, somehow my view towards healing or getting well changed, Although last time we all think that, medicine is good, although I'm not discrediting medicine, but over a period of time, you all should know, especially those who are on medication for cholesterol or high blood pressure, you will know. If you're in for them, the doctors will say you have to eat them for life, yeah. So that's why I found that, if there is another method or another option whereby we can choose and we can use without harming your body and yet have a better, if not a better results, right? I think I will go for it. So LifeWave is this, believing that the body is able to heal from within without the use of medications, injections, and surgery. So this is the picture of our new headquarters. In fact, we have shifted to Utah. Okay, this is what we believe, yeah. LifeWave actually specializing in patented wearable technology, harnessing the power of light to boost health at the cellular level. I think this is pretty important. When we look at health, we do not just want to beautify ourselves externally, right? The main thing is that our organs, our cells are healthy, improving the health and wellness, beauty, or longevity. And that's basically what everybody would like, right? Not just you look healthy, but you look better and you live longer, and healthily. Okay. I just wish I could go to the slides, but I just can't get the thing up. Okay, so this is our founder. I call him the 3-in-1, simply because he's not only the CEO, he's also the founder and inventor. His name is David Schmidt. very, very brilliant. So in his word, he said, if I were to go back 20 years, the subject of age reversal was thought to be science fiction. Well, it could be a myth years ago, but by and by, you realize in the area of stem cell therapy, more and more people are coming up front to share about how they can reverse age and by doing blah, blah, blah. Okay. But as far as life is concerned, I think we are the only patented and wearable company that comes up with a patch that, really activate our own stem cells. So something about David, although he has many, many accolades, okay, in the year 1990, he was roped into the International Hall of Fame of Inventors, okay? And of course, he's won awards a lot. In fact, as far as a direct selling company is concerned, I think David is the only one given a prestigious award by the US Navy SEALs for his help by inventing the product for the wounded veteran. So like I said, these are some of the things about David, okay, earlier I mentioned. Okay, we've started our company in the year 2002 as a R&D company, and David eventually decided to make it as a direct selling company in the year 2004. In our early days, okay, we are founded by the Irish government. Interesting, yeah? LifeWave funded by the Irish government. So you see, we work closely with the Science Foundation Ireland and the Regenerative Medicine of Institute in Galway, right? Simply because in those days, in Europe, they have actually overspent their budget for health. They thought this could no longer go on because it's just spending too much money. So when they found David doing this research on something without medication and it's so good, so they decided to fund LifeWave, yeah. And you look on the right, okay, it's showing our factories. Okay, we have 3 now, 2 in Ireland, and 1 is in San Diego in the US. Great. We are actually a vertical integrated company. What do I mean by that? Okay, simply from the idea or conception all the way to the final product, everything is done in-house. LifeWave does not outsource our product at all for other people to do. While the only product that we got is the sticker from 3M, yeah. So that's about it. Other than that, everything is actually controlled by LifeWave alone. Insofar, we've actually garnered about 130 over patents and ongoing. Okay, so you see that this is so much care that David has done in order to protect his, his just called babies, I would say that, so that in at least the next 20 years, no one can actually copycat what LifeWave is doing. Concerning the product, I'm just going to show us a range, give you a glimpse of the product, the range of product that we have, right? Like I mentioned, the company actually started in the year 2004. It is only in the year 2002. And in the year 2004, David decided to launch it as a direct selling company. This is also the year where David launched our ever first product, which is the energy enhancer patch. So interestingly enough, this patch was designed for the US Navy SEALs. If you know, they are like our local commandos, the elite soldiers. So just so you know, LifeWave patches was or were originally designed for the US Navy SEALs because the other two, like the Silent Knights and the Ice Wave, were also created for the soldiers because, during trainings, they sustain injury, and because of all this also could affect their sleep. Therefore, the first 3 patches were actually designed for the US Navy SEALs. But by and by, because the patches were so good, of course, there's a story behind, but I'm not going to take so much time to talk about it. Because the patches work so well for the US Navy SEALs, guess who would like to use the patches? None other than the professional athletes, right? That's why the very first group of people who started using the energy enhancer patches other than the US Navy SEALs were the US Olympic swimmers, the lady swimmers. Richard Quick was the one who advocated for our energy enhancer patches and started them on his lady swimmers. Guess what? During the Olympic trial, out of 8 swimmers, 6 broke their personal best. And that's why after that, news broke out, other than the allegations that we have from other countries. But in the end, LifeWave, LifeWave was cleared of all the allegations, meaning they thought that when the swimmers wore the patches, it could be because of the stimulants or the steroids that is embedded into the patches. After a series of investigation by World Anti-Doping Agency and the US Anti-Doping Agency, finally they concluded after a series of thorough tests that LifeWave energy enhancer patches did not contain any prohibited substances. And so after that, wow, lots and lots of professional athletes started to use our patches. People like David Beckham, Michael Phelps, Serena Williams, even Ironman Jason Fowler, so on and so forth. Then gradually over the years, David also came up with, patch like SP6, the glutathione, then Aeon. And finally, when it came to 2019, this is where it changes the entire ballgame for LifeWave, where David launched the X39, which is also known as the stem cell activator patch. Well, this patch is amazing, literally. Although it's called a stem cell activator, it is as aptly said that meaning there's no stem cell in the patches. In fact, for all our patches, there are no active ingredients in them. David simply uses a technology called phototherapy or photobiomodulation or light therapy to get those patches work in our body. All right. So why do we need this patch more than ever? We understand in the area of aging, it's inevitable. We know that we live, like Chinese has a saying, 生老病死, right? That means you're born, then you get old, then for most get sick, and then finally you get back to the dust. From dust you come, from dust you return. Okay, so it's inevitable, and because of this thing called aging, we also realize that our cells, our stem cells also ages and they die. Because of all these things, it accumulated to the point that, all of a sudden, we found that we don't sleep well as we used to, we don't eat well as we used to, we don't have the kind of energy that we used to, and somehow for some of us, we say, hey, how come our hair is receding? And we have pain here, pain there, right? This is due to the effect of aging, or some people would like to say degeneration. Like I mentioned, our stem cells die, and therefore, all the more we need to have something to help so that it can actually regenerate or reactivate the dormant stem cells. Okay, why your cells need more cells right now more than ever? Okay, let me see if I can get this up. I can't. Okay, basically, I just wanted to show us a chart because it's not playing on slide. That's why I cannot do the animation. Maybe let me just pause for a while. By the way, anyone knows how to get the slide up? Because over my side here, there's a bar. The bar just simply doesn't go off, and therefore I cannot do into a slide mode. Jonas, you have any idea? By the way, can you all hear me or not in the first place? I talked for like almost 20 minutes already. Can you all hear me? Can somebody respond to me, please? Unmute yourself.
We can hear you.
Oh, thanks, Jessica. Jessica, you have any idea how to get into the slide mode? I just want to get rid of the bar, but I cannot do it here on my side. I'm just curious why. No, I don't do that.
I saw a warning sign at the top of the bar say, I think you click the schedule back up later.
No, this one I have done it. Again. Okay, let me see if I can do on my
Now you
function
can
key.
click on the slideshow.
Say again.
Maybe you try click on the slideshow.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. Oh, thanks, Caroline. Yeah, I wanted to do that. Okay, here from the current slide. Oh, thank you. I should have done that. I wanted to do that. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much.
You're most
Okay,
welcome.
now. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So this is actually what I want to show you. So based on this graph, will give us some idea why we need more to use something to reactivate our stem cells more than ever, because based on this graph or the chart, you realize that when we are born or babies, they have tons and tons of energy, simply because they have so much stem cells. By the time you grow at until the second chart, age 35, all right, you realize, wow, 45% lower like your stem cell. That's incredible, right? And no wonder if you look at all the professional athletes, by the time they cross 30, most of them will not compete already, because 30 is simply their prime age. But then we have seen quite a number of professional athletes, like Serena Williams, for example, she's still competing when she has passed 35 years old, even into the 40s. And we realize what's the secret. If you look at her hand, she's wearing elaborate patches, including people like, David Beckham. So when you cross age 50 and 65, wow, I don't know whether this is a good big number. By the time you grow past 65, you realize there are very, very little stem cells left in your body. Just look at this. At age 60, you have only 5% of stem cells left in your body. Wow. So imagine if we could activate our stem cells and reset our organs to a younger, healthier state. Would you like it? I'm sure everybody would like it, right? Introducing to all of us, ladies and gentlemen, the LifeWaves X39, okay, which is the stem cell activation patch. What about this? This patch is so interesting that when you start using it, we always say today will be your oldest day, because it has the ability to reactivate the stem cell production. Okay, it can signal the body to elevate this thing, and this is very unique. GHK copper is a peptide, is a tripeptide. In fact, for the first few days when you start using our X39 patch, it can reset our gene expression to a younger state. And how many of them? 4,000. Okay, 4,000 genes to a younger and healthier state. In most products that we are taking, it can only reset the most 4 to 6. But X39, and this is done in our lab and it's proven and it's already patented. So that's the reason why I can tell you very frankly that when you start using our X39, it has the ability in the first few days to reset your gene expression, 4,000, to a younger and healthier state. And if you continue to use, that's also the reason why this is a clinical study. When you start using our X39 patch for 6 months, because we have sent a group of people, LifeWave, to this gold standard clinic called the Repeat Diagnostic Inc. for their blood to test for their telomeres. And it is proven by the time 6 months continuously, when they start using our X39 patch, it literally lengthened their telomeres to that of equivalent of 8.5 years of age reversal. That's remarkable, right? I'm sure all of us do not want to look older. You would like to look younger, right? So probably if you have not already used our patch or your friends invited you, you may want to go back to your friend and ask them what is so unique about this X39, yeah? Okay, so how the patch? Just behind the neck. All right, so we also want to give credit to this doctor by the name of Dr. Laurent Picard. He passed on last December at a ripe old age. He's the one who actually founded the amazing benefits of GHK copper. And it is in our body, this GHK copper. Of course, over the time, the production of GHK copper also lesser a lot. That's why it also affects our stem cell. But what Dr. Laurent Picard discovered is this amazing. He started to use a young guy's blood. What he did was, it was noticed that when liver cells from a 60 to 80-year-old guy were incubated into the blood of a younger group in the 20s, you know what happened? The older cells started functioning in nearly the same way as the young liver tissues. Amazing, right? The ability to regenerate, not just regenerate, making it younger, you know? So if you look at the right, what GHK copper peptide is able to do is astounding. Okay, it can repair DNA damage. This is basically what's happening now. When we talk about any other issues, here the main thing about your DNA being damaged, GHK copper peptide can do that. Also, it can induce programmed cell death on cancer cells. This is not what I said. This is actually what is found and researched by Dr. Laurent Picard. So just imagine GHK copper peptide can induce programmed cell death on cancer cells. It can also increase angiogenesis, your heart, nerve upgrowth, stimulate collagen production. This is a natural Botox. Okay, when our friends started to use, realize initially your skin is very wrinkled, but as the days or the weeks or the months go by, you take a look at yourself before and after. That's also the reason why we encourage you to take a picture so that you can actually see the new you versus the old you. You realize your fine lines will disappear and your skin become more supple. Okay, and of course, GHK also is proposed to possess antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effect. So, friends, X39 has the ability to increase the GHK copper in you to activate our own stem cells. Of course, if we come to food, there are also food that can elevate, increase your GHK. If you love lobster, well, by all means, oyster also, even vegetables or dark chocolate, all right? So some of the benefits, although not exhaustive, of X39, okay, actually, if you look at it, just imagine one little sticker, and most of us thought that it looks like a mosquito repellent patch, has the ability to do something. It literally can reverse mitochondrial dysfunction. This is actually the correct term to use, but most of us more relatable to this term called degenerative diseases. But you just imagine if it could reverse the mitochondrial dysfunction, meaning right now it can actually power up, charge up your mitochondria, which is the battery or powerhouse of your 60 to 100 trillion cells. Can you imagine what your cells could do for you? It's just as if now, as though you are going back in your teenage. You remember when you fell or sustained any wound or injury, they heal fast, right? But right now, you realize that now, wow, at your age, maybe you're in your 40s or 50s or 60s, when at a cut, your wound now start to heal very slowly. Just imagine when friends started to use our X39 patch, I'm not kidding you. They told me their 15-year-old scar disappeared. Their energy level is up. They can sleep better. Their mental faculty is sharper. It's actually all is written here. Instantaneous pain relief, improvement in mobility. This is also something that's very common. People who come into our office always complain of knee pain, frozen shoulder, okay, neck pain, low energy, don't sleep well. X39 can help. For me to say, for you to experience. If you want to know more, do seek your friend out, how they can help you, and they can invite you to our Square office. This is actually what I mentioned earlier about resetting 4,000 genes to behave younger. This is also one of our clinical studies. In fact, we have 80 over clinical studies, right? And in the first 3 months, it actually resets your gut, meaning it has the ability to cause your gut to behave healthier. You hear the word leaky gut, yeah? It is really leaking. That means whatever you eat is not able to, absorb for use, bioavailable for use. But using S39 can actually help with your leaky gut. 3 to 6 months, deep healing begins. increase collagen, reduce wrinkles, hair growth, increase structural integrity of your skeletal and muscular system. 6 months is the magic number. 6 to 12 months, reverse aging starts to kick in, you know. So why I love about LifeWave? Simply because non-drug, non-transdermal, which is very important. In fact, when I first started, if I were to use anything, safety will be my #1 concern, right? I would not want to use something that is so good until I realized 3 months later, 6 months later, oh no, there's side effects to my body. And that's not what I want. But LifeWave is using a non-transdermal container, even if it can be on any medication, can be on any treatment, even if you have a stent or a pacemaker in your body, it will not conflict with any treatment they are undergoing. It's not invasive. You know, you don't need to have injection. In fact, talking about stem cell therapy, the most common one would be via injection, right? And you know, the other type will be oral, yeah. But here we are talking about using a little sticker you stick on your body, using your body as the power source to activate the patch. No drug, no chemicals, all right? It's very, very safe. So how does this technology work? You may wonder, okay. So LifeWave uses this technology called phototherapy. You realize there's this color, rainbow color, right? In fact, it's tapping on this wavelengths of light under the visible up. So it's using this range. David actually uses this. I want to show you the double helix conductor coil, right? This is an interesting invention of David, okay, which is able to generate electromagnetic field and non-electromagnetic field to cause the stem cells to reset and to make it younger. So this is the thing that David uses and mimic into a little patch like this. Okay, so how does it work? So in the words of David, he said these patches reflect very specific wavelengths of light that stimulate the surface of the skin. Yeah, if someone has knee pain, for instance, they can apply the patches around the area of pain. The body heat will activate the crystals inside the patch. The patch reflects the light under the visible range, stimulate the skin to reduce the anti-inflammatory, the inflammation immediately, right? This is actually how our patch works in the world of David. And in fact, he said this LifeWave is unique because it is the only phototherapy product in the world that uses the human body as its own power source. Interesting, yeah? You don't require any battery, nor do you require any electrical point. You just remove the paper, stick it into your body anywhere. In fact, you know, but of course, when you bought our patches, right, it comes with a booklet instruction showing you where to patch, because those are the points where David has actually studied upon, and before he brought to the patent and US Patent and Trademark Office, these are the areas that he actually tested upon. Okay, otherwise you can actually patch anywhere. So as with all our patches, as with all our organs or with our cells, they require time to replenish new cells. For instance, like the stomach lining, 5 days, blood 4 months, skin 1 month, lung cells 2 to 3 weeks. Therefore, friends, I just want to encourage you. LifeWave product is not a quick fix solution for you, but I'm very certain based on the clinical studies that David has done, give yourself time, 6 months to a year, and be patient enough and diligent enough to use it on a daily basis. I'm pretty sure whatever conditions you may have, again, not making any claims, you will see a certain change in your body. Okay, this is the clinical study that I mentioned earlier. David sent this group of people to the gold standard clinic called the Repeat Diagnostic Inc. So this is the result. In as little as 6 months, the telomeres lengthened to the equivalent of 8.5 years of age reversal. And that's the reason why our X39 is considered the age reversal patch. Right. As with all our patches, you know, we also highly encourage you to drink more. drinking more is water, not coffee, not tea. Okay, H2O doesn't equate to tea or coffee. Yeah, in fact, tea, coffee, they dehydrate you more than hydrate you. So we realize also because water act as a very good conductor for the cells to communicate. There are a lot of biochemical activities happening in our body every second. So for the patch to work, we normally encourage you to drink more water so that your cells can communicate better and give you a better result. Okay, so you realize on the X39, we always say for all beginner, regardless of conditions, use 39 in the daytime, 12 hours. After that, you change it to Aeon in the night, 12 hours. Any patch, 12 hours in a day. For example, if you use our H39 8 a.m., remember to remove at 8 p.m. Then let it breathe for 5 to 10 minutes. You start patching Aeon next morning when you wake up, just discard it. All right. So these are our range of products. Again, I'll just quickly browse through them. But again, for all newcomers, always begin with 39 and Aeon. Yeah, those are the foundation. All right, very basic. Okay, then you see here we have the X49. Although it's X49, doesn't mean it is more superior than X39. X39, in the words of David, is the main. All right, it's the core product, and he pride himself for inventing X39. By the way, just so you know, David took 10 long years, okay, before he launched the X39 patch. So then again, we have glutathione. It's amazing glutathione. Insofar I have done research, okay, as far as glutathione supplements are concerned, LifeWave's glutathione is the only patch that can increase your master antioxidant by 300% in 24 hours, the only patch, right? And it can actually help to boost up your immune system and also act as a powerful detoxifier. Now the same, if you're someone who loves athletes, okay, wow, this one will increase the stamina. You will feel less sore because this one literally can help you to reduce your lactic acid in the body, okay? And of course, you know, it's very good for your brain, for your heart, yeah? And for the Aeon was our then the superstar. He was birthed in 2011. This thing is amazing. It's anti-inflammatory, can really help to calm you down, bring down your stress. And that's also the reason why after the whole day of hard day's work, we recommend you to use Aeon at night so that you can actually aid in your sleep. Okay, then the energy enhancer I mentioned already, very, very good. Increase your energy quite instantaneously. Ice wave, this is even better than opioids or morphine. Not that I'm saying that it has morphine, but literally we have introduced this to people who's down with acute pain, you know, until suicidal kind of notion. When I introduced ice wave, wow, it literally helped reduce the pain a lot. Silent nights, of course, when you hear silent night means for sleep, it really helped to improve your sleeping quality by 133%. SB6, well, it's another interesting patch, you know, helps to balance your hormones for female and male. Also helps to crave food. There's someone who loves to eat sweet things. This patch probably might help you to, you know, stop the craving for sweet things. Okay, and actually helps for fat burning, almost similar to that of energy enhancer. Then you realize we have the Alavida patch. Oh, this is amazing, amazing. As far as any beauty, I've never seen any beauty product that comes in the form of patch. Have you? Not me, but I love, you see, even though we have a day cream and a night cream, I really love the Alavida patch. And this is recommended in the evening, yeah. It helps me really, you know, sleep much, much better. Look at my skin, very nice, right? So if you're wondering if you want to use this, well, you should, because for our day and night cream, they are almost 100% organic, 98.6% organic. Okay, well, plant-based, it helps with your, you know, your skin become more supple, fine wrinkles gone. you definitely look younger. Okay. So the fact of the matter is this, I'm so thankful to David for the fact that, when he sell these patches, you feel that's solely more expensive, Like for example, sometimes I really wonder, perhaps we should be selling the X39 like $5,000 per sleeve, yeah? Because it's selling at $100 US. Some people thought, hey, sure not, can this little patch work? As compared to injection and those oral pills, they're selling expensive. In fact, LifeWave's product, the most expensive is our diamond patch. Only costs $1,600 US, and they have 19 patches plus one regular patch. Can you imagine? So that aside, but I think that's why I really applaud David, because he's not here to make money, but simply because always he's just have human at heart, just wanting to bless people to get their health back. And that's why he's making it so affordable for us. So you look at this, if really you think that whatever age you are, when we mentioned that earlier, 35, 40, 50, 60, you realize if you think you need to use something to reactivate your stem cell, do consider fast, right? Then the solution is really, it's so simple, and all our patches are backed by science and evidence-based, okay? We have a lot of clinical studies. If we want to learn more, also don't read until you paralyze you. They call it analyze until it paralyzes you. We have a lot of studies, if you really think you want to know more, you can always ask your friend. Go back to our back office, tons of resources, very affordable, right? I mean, I cannot emphasize more than enough to say, really, David has a heart of gold, wants everyone to use the patch. And of course, safety is my number one concern. No drugs, okay? No nothing. It's very safe. And of course, our patches are all patented, okay? So LifeWave, again, I want to emphasize again, does not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. Additionally, LifeWave does not make any medical claims. Okay? We also employ this method, acupuncture, but without needle. Interesting, yeah? Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my presentation. Okay, we do have activities in our Wood Square office. You may want to take a screenshot of this page, because this is where our weekly activity is held. On Tuesday all the way to Saturday, all happening at 2:30. Primarily, our English sessions is on Tuesday, Chinese Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday we dedicate them to business training. Okay, and Friday is for those 90% whom you think that you want to use the patch for free or make some decent income for you. Please come and join us on Friday. It's always conducted by SPD Lawrence Chan, and of course Saturday is our English presentation. At the same time, if you are regular customers, if you happen to order our products and you wish to collect at your convenience at Wood Square office, do take note of the time here, Tuesday to Friday, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing here. For here, again, I beg your pardon. Today, I did not prepare. Usually, I like to have live testimonials, okay? But because today is a last minute kind of change, and I don't have enough time to prepare people to share, so I apologize for that. Okay, so it's 9:15. So I just want to say a very good night to all of us here. Thank you for taking time to join me on the Monday Marvel Zoom. I'll see you next week again. So everyone have a great night. Bye-bye.
This patch